Hello, everybody, and welcome back to episode 5 of Flight to Nowhere. Thanks for joining us again. We got Austin here.
Aha, hello.
We wanted to start out with explaining no episode last week. We decided every 4 episodes, we're just going to take a week off to kind of relax and, give time for more ideas, basically.
Keep the content fresh.
Exactly, which we talked about it. Kind of, taking a week off was kind of weird. I missed it. I was missing a piece of my heart.
Right. I don't know if it'll continue forever. I kind of missed it as well.
Yeah, it's relaxing to
It's
just
fun.
take time out. One day a week to just sit down for an hour and just talk. Like it's like catching up every week, basically.
It's nice. I like it.
I think. Are we in Australia? Is that where we are at? I don't think we
Uh,
are.
I think it might be Africa.
Okay.
We're somewhere.
Yeah, we're flying somewhere. This looked like a good
We're flying
way
from
to
one place
go.
to another.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
we're flying to nowhere. We have no idea.
So we're gonna start today's episode off with a television talk. Um, the first one, actually, let me say this just so he gets the credit for it. My friend Lee introduced me to 2 shows, one called Nathan For You and one called The Rehearsal, both hosted by Nathan Fielder, which is a comedian from Canada. I instantly fell in love with it, and so I had to show Austin, of course. And we'll start with Nathan For You, I guess.
Oh yeah.
You wanna explain how the show is and maybe
So the
one of your favorite episodes?
so Nathan For You is Nathan Fielder going into a business because he went to a top Canadian business school and graduated with really good grades, like a C minus. And so he knows business. So he'll go to people's businesses that are failing or struggling or not doing as well as they want to and give them new ideas. And one of the first episodes that Jacob showed me, there's a souvenir shop in LA, but it's several blocks off the main strip. So Nathan hires a fake Johnny Depp impersonator and puts out a bunch of filming cameras and such and makes it look like they're filming a movie at this little shop with Johnny Depp to get the people to crowd around and see what's going on at the shop. He also invites some of the people to come inside and purchase some souvenirs from the souvenir shop, which is how he plans on making the business money, is by selling souvenirs to people that don't know they're actually buying souvenirs. They just think they're customers in a show. So they go inside and he's like, that'll be $87. And they swipe their card and buy it. And they're like, I didn't really want that. And he's like, you're breaking character. So he makes all these people buy souvenirs. Well, if it goes well, the businessman makes some money. Then a few weeks later, he starts getting emails from the people wanting their money back, wondering when the movie's coming out, stuff like that. So he goes and talks to a judge. It turns out he's committed fraud because
And theft.
fraud and theft, because he told these people he was making a movie and they were going to star, like be part of the movie, but there was never any movie. So now he has to actually make a movie to avoid having to pay all the money back, which would just be the store owner paying all the money he made back, and he's already struggling. So that wasn't an option. The judge tells him, after he makes the movie, he just puts a bunch of the clips of people buying stuff together and has the fake Johnny Depp just put together some few stupid scenes. And the judge is like, this is awful. This is the worst thing I've ever seen. There's no way that this will stand up in court. And the judge is like, you'll have to get an award from a cinematic, like one of the award shows.
Like a film
He's like,
festival.
okay, film festival. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you. He sends it out to tons of them. Not a single one accepts it. So he's like, all right, I'll start my own. It's like the West Los Angeles International Film Festival. There's 2 films in it. It's the film that he made for this gift shop, souvenir shop, and one of a man just farting. And obviously the one from the gift shop won because it was it was a little something compared to some dude just farting. He just went through so much effort to just get this guy to sell some souvenirs and lied to hundreds of people
I think
just to make this guy's business
that's what's
popular.
appealing to it. I think there's so much goes into it, Oh God, it's another plane. You see that?
Oh,
So
snap.
so much goes into the shows, and like when you get to a point where like, dang, this guy's going above and beyond, and you're like, there's no way it could go further, and he does. Like it's a constant surprise of how far he takes it to try and help these businesses. It's so damn funny, and I got hooked on it immediately. So I've been watching it for like a week or two maybe, and I just finished it. It's only 4 seasons, but it's
So
just
funny. The Best Buy episode is also hilarious.
oh, the
Tell me about the
Best
Best Buy
Buy.
episode.
Oh my God, I love that episode. So it's this guy's TV shop, and he's struggling to compete with Best Buy. And so Nathan's business plan for him is to mark all of his TVs down to $1 and put out ads for like, oh, our TVs are only $1. So when they do that, they put all of their nice $1 TVs in a back room and build walls in front of it. And then there's a little 2-foot door that you have to crawl through to get to the TVs. But then there's another door with an alligator in front of the actual TVs. And they made a dress code to get into the store. You have to be dressed up super nice, like tuxes and dresses
Formal.
and stuff. Yeah,
Like,
formal.
formal.
And people are like, well, what the hell? And some people actually do come back, but
People waited outside.
yeah, for these deals, they waited.
And they come in like just like normal shorts and shoes, and he's like, we have a strict dress code. You're gonna have to come back in a tuxedo.
So in the middle of all that, he's sending off like 5 people or something to go to Best Buy. He gives each of them $1 and the flyer for it, because Best Buy is supposed to price match stores within 25 miles. So when they get there, all the Best Buy employees are like, no, we're not price matching that. So Nathan goes himself, and he's like, I would like to price match this. And they tell him no. And he's like, well, it's in your policy, and it's within 25 miles, so you have to honor that. And he's like, I'm going to give you till the count of 3 before I leave. And he counts to 3 and leaves. But so he goes back to the TV store owner, and he's like, man, I couldn't get you the TVs, so I filed a class action lawsuit against Best Buy on your behalf. It's like the most random dry humor stuff that you just don't expect. And he goes back to that judge that you were talking about for the movie thing, the Honorable Anthony Filosa. He's
he
like
knows his name.
friends with him, basically. He's always on the show. And the judge is like, well, you have to get a Best Buy employee to admit that they aren't doing price matching, even though it's their like policy. So Nathan goes and sets up he goes online and sets up a reality TV dating show for retail workers, and he's asking for Best Buy employees. So this girl applies, and he sets up to meet her, and he goes undercover as a Hot Topic manager. So he dyes his hair black and has like lip piercings and stuff. He's wearing
all black.
Yeah, all black boots. Like,
he looks like a Hot Topic worker.
Yeah. So, he meets with the girl and gets her to, he's like, yeah, price matching. We don't always price match people if we don't want to. And she admits, like, yeah, at Best Buy, sometimes people refuse to price match if they're not feeling the person. So he gets the evidence that he needs, and then he's like, well, I don't want to just, give this nice girl a date just to get that information out of her. So he follows through with the date and does like a salsa dancing lesson or something with her. Then he takes the 5 original people that he sent to the store to get the TVs in a courtroom to see how they would hold up if they had to testify. And I mean, he'll walk up to one of the girls with a picture on his phone of himself, and he's like, have you seen this man before? And the girl didn't know what to say. It's like, he's right there in front of me.
There's no way you can say no, because he's talking to you, but he's on his phone trying to get you to say,
right.
Like, he's done. There's no way.
He put the people up to it, then he is going against himself and them as another lawyer, but then uses evidence from his own show against them. It's like what?
Like, he pulls the Best Buy footage, and he's talking to the lady, and he's like, did you buy this for yourself? Like, were you going to buy this for you? And she's like, yeah, just for me. It was a gift. Like, for myself. I wanted to get something nice. He pulls the clip of him telling her to go in and buy it for $1 and then bring it back here.
He's like, how do you explain this?
She's just silent.
So it's after he gets the clip of the girl, he calls her back for a second date to explain that she has to testify in court if he's going to use that footage. And she calls him a psycho, basically, and is like, dude, you're crazy. Like, this was supposed to be a date, and you just used me and all these cameras to get this, Best Buy footage or whatever. And in the end, he didn't help the guy at all. He didn't help his store a single bit. But he did try and set him up with a girl to get him a girlfriend. So
there was like a reoccurring thing where he's like, "Oh no, I'm single," and Nathan's like, "Oh, I'm single too. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't have a wife."
Yep.
And then he's like, I realized this whole time I was using my power for the wrong thing.
Oh yeah, and
then he hooks the store owner up with a date.
Yep. And his famous quote, before he realized that he had to set over the date was, "In my journey to bring down Best Buy, I became the worst guy." So it's like just dry humor that I feel like anybody, well, not anybody, but a lot of people would find funny. I don't know how anybody wouldn't, because it cracks me up. It's just the most random stuff. But then his other show, The Rehearsal, is even more surprisingly detailed than that.
Much more.
Do you want to explain that one?
No, you do it. Tell them about episode 1. Because that's how you sold me on the show, is explaining The Rehearsal episode 1.
Okay, so for the first episode of The Rehearsal, and keep in mind, all of these people in the show are real people. And if they're not, then he tells you, like, I hired these actors for this reason. And so in The Rehearsal, he always uses Craigslist. He puts up a TV opportunity, and it's like, have you been struggling to tell somebody something and need to get it off your chest? And this guy applies, and he is part of a trivia group every week, and they all have a master's degree, and he lied to them and said, "Oh, I have a master's degree too." And so they start sending him like job opportunities that require a master's degree, and he feels really bad about it because they did it for 12 years. He lied to them for 12 years saying he has a master's degree. So Nathan had hired actors to play as people that work for like a gas company, and they go to the guy's house like, "Oh, you have a gas leak, we need to investigate." But they're not actually investigating, they're getting footage of his apartment to recreate the entire apartment, like a replica of it.
They're 3D scanning the apartment.
Yep. So in a warehouse a couple miles from the guy's apartment, he rebuilt the entire apartment, all the little details, literally everything exactly how it is, and hires an actor to play as the guy that needs to commit or confess the thing to his trivia group so he can rehearse meeting him in person. And he does it many, many times. And so when he finally meets the actual guy, his name's Core, he walks in, introduces himself, goes through it all, and literally, he explains like, this has all been rehearsed by me and a hired actor, so I could show you what we're going to do to get you through your, confessing to your friend that you don't actually have a master's degree. So the guy's Core, he gets a little nervous, and he's like, well, this girl might be kind of violent or act badly towards me for admitting this. And so, Nathan didn't plan for that. And what they do, he creates his own blog post called Thrifty Boy, I think is what it's called, because the girl that he's admitting it to has her own blog called Cheap Chick in the City.
Cheap Chicken the City. Cheap chicken in the city. It's like a play on cheap chicken in the city. Cheap chicken in the city.
So, Nathan messages the girl, and he's like, "Hey, I'd like to have you on to be interviewed for my blog called Thrifty Boy." And so the girl comes to this park, and Nathan has a hired actress to play as the girl that she's meeting, as his Core's friend. The whole point of the interview was to record like her mannerisms and see how she reacts to things and all that, so that the actress can copy who she is exactly. So they do that, and then they build an exact replica of the damn bar that they play trivia in the warehouse. Like
exact
literally
replica.
Everything, the slight tilt of a picture, the spices in the little container at the tables, everything. It's insane. And
100% a carbon copy of the actual bar.
It's insane that he does that. And then he tells Cora, like, we're gonna rehearse you meeting her in this fake bar, and that way you know how to respond to every possible outcome. And he creates this big ass flow chart of, if this happens, then do this, and so on, all the way to the point to where when he confesses to her. And then even after the confession, what might happen. Either he loses his friend or they become closer friends. And he hires fake customers, servers for this bar, everything. And they rehearse it all for, I think he said like, what?
Hundreds of times,
yeah,
right?
I mean, they went through it a lot. They planned for everything. And then you get to actually see the footage of him admitting to the girl in the bar, the real bar, his confession. And the guy is so passionate about trivia night that he's worried he might lose trivia rather than just explaining to this girl what's been going on. And so
he was not willing to sacrifice
right.
a trivia night and lose a friend. He was like, something has to go good. Something has to go good.
So Nathan had said, like, well, have you ever cheated in trivia? Like, if you know the answers, then you don't have to worry about losing and you can still do the confession. And the guy's like, no, I would never cheat. So Nathan uses his Thrifty Boy blog again to get in touch with the trivia night announcer that reads the questions, and ends up getting all of the questions from him. And then he set up daily walks with Core to secretly implant the answers to all these questions in his head. So, they're walking, they go past the construction site, and Nathan's like, wow, that's a tall building. And then the fake construction worker's like, yeah, but it's not the tallest building in the world. That would be the Burj Khalifa. So it's like they keep doing these walks, and each walk is putting another answer in his head, and he doesn't even know.
They walk past a fake cop, and he's like, somebody just got shot here. And he's like, oh my god, I'm sorry for the families. And he's like, it's days like this where I curse the Chinese for inventing gunpowder.
So it's like he has no idea it's happening, and that's basically the basis of the show. Every episode is different, but it's always somebody trying to rehearse something that they struggle with in real life. And it's funny.
As if you got to run a simulation of something that you were worried about, so you were as prepared as possible.
Right. It's exactly that. It's a simulation of what's going or could happen, and they get to run through it until they're ready for it. I highly recommend those shows. If you have HBO Max, they're on there. They're funny. Like, if you love dry humor, like I said, like, you will love these shows.
Very good dry humor show.
They're addicting to watch too, especially the rehearsal, because it's so intriguing, because it's real people and you don't know what's gonna happen, and you definitely don't know what Nathan's gonna do.
I think the rehearsal is a better show. I do, but Nathan For You is also very good.
I agree. I think the rehearsal is more of, if you're gonna sit down and get like a story behind something, you know what I mean. And then Nathan For You is, you could start anywhere and just, it's just a different business he's trying to help. But it's all funny. Like, you'll find humor in it, definitely.
If you like dry humor.
Yeah. But we had to commit a segment to that because that show is just hilarious, and more people deserve to know about it. And funny enough, I've seen clips. There's a video online of a TV clip that's been going around for years, and it's like, I'm going to be handcuffed to this thing, and this robot arm is going to undo my pants, exposing me to all of these kids, and there's going to be a cop waiting nearby to arrest me if that happens. So he has to try and get the handcuffs off before he gets exposed by a robot. And I've seen that clip before, but I never knew what it was from, and then now I know today, it's from Nathan For You. And it's like, what the hell?
I've heard of that. I didn't realize that was from
yeah.
I haven't seen that episode, but I've heard about that for years.
Yeah, it's funny. But yeah, definitely check it out. I'd super recommend it. I would love to be on that show, on the rehearsal or something, for anything.
Hopefully they can make it past this point. The Nathan For You part.
Yeah.
Nah.
Hopefully you guys have something new to watch, or if we just talked about it for 20 minutes straight and you just hate the show, then I'm sorry. But our next topic is something that everybody partakes in and probably has different experiences all the time, and that's food.
Drinking water.
Drinking wine?
I'm just kidding. I said water.
Oh, water.
I was just trying to throw you off track, and it worked.
Food delivery services. Grubhub, DoorDash. And,
Danielle.
Yeah, so I had Austin was over at my apartment a couple nights ago, and I mean it was pretty late when we ordered Taco Bell through. Did you use Grubhub or DoorDash? You use DoorDash, right?
DoorDash.
Okay, because Grubhub for some reason closes after a certain amount of time.
It closes at 9 o'clock, even though the restaurants are open much later than 9 o'clock.
Yeah, they need to be 24/7. There's always somebody trying to make some money. But so we DoorDash Taco Bell, and you can go ahead and explain your experience with that.
Well, originally it said it was going to be there in 30 minutes. Like when I was going to order, it said 30 minutes, and I was like, sweet, it'll be here quick. So we get our order in, we order it, and it turns out that it ordered at a Taco Bell that is not the closest Taco Bell, I don't believe. I think is what we determined.
Yeah, they went to a whole different city.
Like a 20-minute away Taco Bell. Which makes no sense. I mean, I can't control which one it orders from, but that's where it's sent. And the lady's name was Danielle. And I keep checking my phone. Like after 30 minutes, I was like, what is happening? She was still at Taco Bell. I was like, oh my God. So I'm looking. We finally get the notification that she's approaching. And Jacob lives in an apartment complex. And on DoorDash, you get this map. And you can see your driver driving around. She is driving around to every single apartment complex on this compound. I don't know what she's doing. Because she's stopping at each one for like a minute or two. And then going to the next one. And then it looks like she leaves. And I'm like, all right, I guess we're not getting Taco Bell. She stole our food. She turns, like, goes to the one across the street, and then comes back, and then parks at yours finally. And then she knocks, and Jacob goes out there, and it's in like what looks like one of those cheap clear garbage bags, and it's just Taco Bell thrown in that, like a Taco Bell bag in a plastic garbage bag. And he comes in and sits it down on the table, and I'm like, wait. Where's my drink?
Where's my Baja Blast?
I was like, where's my Baja Blast? I couldn't believe they forgot my Baja Blast. I was so excited about it. Forgot the Baja Blast. My tacos were so absolutely wet from the grease, they just fell apart. It was awful. It was awful. I've had so many just dumb experiences with people. I've had people put it on my next door neighbor's porch, and I don't even understand how you do that. I have a ginormous address numbers on my house.
I had when I worked at Menards. There's a Walmart next door, and on the DoorDash thing, I just put leave it at the front desk when you come in. And I don't even think Walmart has a front desk to begin with. For one, you just walk in and you're there. So I get the notification that it's been dropped off, and they send you a picture with it. I was like, what the fuck? Like, this is Walmart. So I have to call the person like, hey man, you dropped my stuff off at Walmart. I'm next door at Menards, which they're two pretty big ass buildings, and if it shows on the map,
very different.
Yeah, it's like you should probably know where you're at. But the one that I experienced yesterday was we ordered pizza from Rapid Fired, which is it's the same distance that the Taco Bell closest to me is. It's like 10 minutes maybe. We order rapid fired pizza, and we wait and wait. Says we're supposed to get here like 6:30 or between 6:25 and 6:30, and we wait and wait, and then it says it's been picked up, and we look at the map, and he's not even near the Rapid Fire for one. He's down by like the gas station down the road, like past Lear's, and his car's just sitting there, and it just keeps sitting there, and it passes 6:30, and it keeps passing the time. So I'm like, what the hell's going on? So I call Rapid Fire. I'm like, hey, did some dude pick up an order for Jacob? And she's like, oh yeah, he got it like 30 minutes ago. I'm like, what the hell? Like, this is probably just chilling eating my pizza right now.
Eating your pizza.
I was pissed. So I text the guy, and I'm like, are you good? And he didn't text me back. So I give a couple more minutes. I text him again. I was like, look, this is Jacob waiting for his pizza. Like, is everything okay? And he's like, oh yeah, I'm good, dude. I have to pick up another order. And I'm like, what? Like, I'm thinking to myself, I'm not a DoorDash driver or anything, or Grubhub driver, so I don't really know how it works. But if somebody orders food and I'm like, oh, it's going to be here at 6:30 or something, I'm either going to give you an update if I'm running behind, or I'm just gonna get your food and get it to you, and then get the other people, right?
Right. Because if
like,
you're past the time that it's due, that looks bad on you and that
yeah,
business.
I'm like, why is this other guy's food getting picked up now when mine's already late? I get my pizza and it's cold, so it's like, dude, what the hell? I was pretty upset.
That's just so annoying.
So to fix that, I applied to be a DoorDash driver, and I'm gonna be saving everybody's order times and do it the right way.
Oh, I'm ordering something insane from 2 hours away and making you drive it to me.
2 hours.
Oh yeah. I'm driving somewhere else to make you deliver it to
okay.
me.
I'm just gonna follow you around. Both of our cars are on the map spinning. Just spinning in circles.
I'm just taking the 275 loop and just driving on it.
We have to get involved in a roundabout, just try and catch each other. But, I guess it's over. It's fine. I learned my lesson not to let whoever delivered my food do it again. If I see him again, it's on site.
Canceling the order.
Yeah. But we had, the day after Austin had come over, we went to the bourbon store, because it's right next to my apartment, to try and get some good bourbon. Which we did, I'd say. We got good stuff.
Oh, successful day. Very successful day.
Super. Yeah, we got 2 Eagle Rares, right?
2 Eagle Rares and a total of 4 Old Weller Antiques.
I mean, it doesn't get better than that.
Doesn't get better than
Travel
that. Well, it
across the
does, but
city
not normal. Not without a lottery system. Speaking of bourbon, today me and Hunter had our Old Forester tour down in Louisville, which is about an hour and a half drive from here. And I had heard, and some people had said, after some of the tours, they'll offer you some of their allocated bottles to just buy. So they do like a 375 milliliter. So most bottles of bourbon are 750 milliliters. So it's a smaller bottle, but it's like a experimental bottle. Essentially, they change it every few months, so exactly what it is. Or their Presidential Select, which is like an 8-year bourbon, like around 60% alcohol. And the biggest and best one, most sought after, is the Birthday Bourbon, which it releases every year on September 2nd, which is the founder of Old Forester, George Garvin Brown. It's his birthday.
Is that the guy?
That's the guy, George Garvin Brown. That's the founder.
With the meatless
founded
pants?
1870. Oh no, that's the Wild. No, you're thinking of the Wild Turkey Master Distiller. The Wild Turkey Master Distiller's got a ginormous package in his pants. There's a picture on the internet with it.
I mean, it is huge. When he sent it to me, and I had to take my glasses off. I was like, God damn.
I mean, it is huge. I can't believe that's on the internet.
It looks like a whole separate part of his leg sitting down there. Maybe that's where the third leg term got coined. I don't know.
From him,
yeah.
His third leg. He's got 2 legs and the gobbler right in the middle.
I mean,
for Wild Turkey.
If I ever saw that guy walk out his front door, I'd be like, God damn, he's got the fucking sausage on him.
Save some ladies for the rest of us.
Alright, continue.
But the most sought after one is the Birthday Bourbon. It comes out once a year on George Garvin's birthday, September 2nd. And we have been joking because we booked it like 3 weeks ago. Like, they're going to give us Birthday Bourbon. They're going to give us Birthday Bourbon. It's almost never the case, but we were trying to stay positive. And we go on the tour, and it's really cool. They have 2 different parts to it. There's one 9 miles away from where we were, and then they have the original building where it actually started, which they bought back 4 years ago and opened up another distillery there. So it's the original 1870 building. Going through, looking at the rick houses, which is like all the barrels just aging. And we finally get to the tasting, and we sit down, and there's a tasting with every tour. And she's like, got 4 bourbons for you here today. We replaced the 1920 with 2019 Birthday Bourbon. We hope that's okay with you and didn't upset you. And everybody starts clapping and going crazy. Yeah! Oh yeah, thank God! Because if you wanted to get a pour of it to even try it at the bar downstairs, it's $50 for just one single pour. And
$50 for a single pour?
$50 for a single pour.
I had the fucking loading symbol above my head. I had to process what you just said. $50. How big is the pour?
I think it's 1.5 ounces.
Holy crap.
Yeah,
That's
it's
crazy.
Not a lot. Yeah. So me and Hunter had to sit on diagonal. Picture like a long rectangular table, and he's on one corner, I'm on the other corner, just because that's how it worked out. And she's like, but it gets better. If you take your ticket from this tour down to the gift shop after this, we're going to allow this group to buy a bottle of birthday bourbon. And then everybody really started screaming and
Let's
clapping and going
go!
crazy.
Fuck yeah!
Yeah, I was clapping loud as fuck. I was so excited.
It's
She's like, this
Walter
is
and Jesse when they fucking freak out about making meth.
for the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the coolest part about it is it's the 2019 version, which clearly it's 2022, so it's already 3 years old, and the older it is, the more expensive the bottle is, because there's just simply not as many of them. Can't believe that. And then we went through and tried each one of them, and it's really good. We got to try it, thankfully, because now we don't necessarily have to open it right away to see what it tastes like, because we just got a pour of it. It is delicious. It's not the best thing I've ever had, I'm not going to lie to you and say that, but it is very good. It's a top 10. I think it's very good.
And how much did you say that would resell for? If you were to, sell it or something?
At least $900.
Man.
At least 900, but most likely more. I paid $201 after tax at the gift shop for it. And the lady was like, so you're going to go downstairs, the gift bags are behind the counter. Do not pull the bottle out inside the store.
Why people start freaking out?
People start freaking out. Damn. People start freaking out. She's like, if you go outside and pull it out and somebody wants to buy it from you, tell them $3,000 hard cash.
Dang, really? That's what they said?
That's what the lady said. She was just joking. It's not, I don't know anybody that pay it that.
Hey.
You can buy it online for like $1,600. I saw one for $2,500. It's very expensive. And she was talking about, he's being,
Hey, Kyle.
I almost did, but dang, I didn't think you would.
Man.
The lady was talking about the 2021 release last September, and she said September 2nd was a Thursday. People started getting in line on Saturday.
Holy.
5 days. You can't leave your spot. You just have to sit in a chair.
So what do you have to pee?
For 5 days. I have no idea. I didn't ask that, but I wish I would have. 5 days. There was 300 people in line. Only the first 150 got a bottle.
Oh, I would have been pissed if I was fucking number 151.
Yeah, that is so
Motherfuckers,
sad,
I'm fucking cracking bottles on people's heads. Dang.
All that just for the privilege to pay $200 for a bottle of bourbon.
That's insane.
They said they're changing it this year, though. They're changing it to a lottery system. You just got to enter your email, be able to go pick it up. So everybody and their brothers got to be entering this motherfucker this year.
Hey, I'll do it. How much is it to enter?
I don't know. It's not even on the website yet. That's just kind of something they told us because we did the tour today.
Shoot, I'll do it.
Yeah, I hope you get it so I can buy it from you.
I'm charging you $1,600.
Bitch, you can go fuck yourself. I better get the friend discount. Damn, I'm not gonna pay you retail, but fuck.
Man. Oh, but you gotta tell me about the other bourbon that you found the other day. The mystery.
Ooh, you're right.
Mystery bourbon.
So, everybody's probably heard of Jim Beam. It's a pretty big name just in the world. It's in songs and everything. Jim Beam came out with a new.
Can you cite a lyric
allocated
that's in that uses that or no?
I don't know. Country song. Hank Williams Jr.
Okay.
I have loved Jim Beam. There you go. That's it for you. And they both tried to kill me in 1973, Jacob. It's called Hardin's Creek. There's 2 bottles. There's a 2-year version, and there's a 184-month version, which is it's like 14 years and 8 months. It's 184 months total. I don't know the math. I don't care. But I was talking to one of the local liquor store guys, and in Kentucky they can charge whatever they want for a bottle. It's not a controlled state, so whatever they want to sell you the bottle for, that's how much you gotta pay. And the guy was, when I was there, he's like, you want to see this cool bottle I just got? It took 12 pallets of buying other stuff to get one of these bottles. I was like, sure, I'll check it out. And it was the 184-month one, and he's like, if I put this on the shelf, it'd be about $1,000. I was like, damn. I can't afford that, and I left. Fast forward to like what, 4 or 5 days ago. So like 3 weeks ago, I talked to him, and I go into the Newport Kroger, and they had just got their order, and I look up top, and I see the metal case that he had pulled that bottle out of. It's the same exact metal case, and I'm like, I cannot believe I'm looking at this right now. So I asked them, I was like, when did you get this in? They're like, right now. Literally just now. You're the first person to come in and see it. And I was like, oh, snap. How many did you get? Just the 2. And I was like, oh, shit. So, of course, I had to buy it. It was $156 plus tax. Had to buy it. I go to some of the people that know more about bourbon than me to try to figure out what the secondary value on it is. Because all these bourbons have secondary value, except for like fucking Jack Daniel's 7. Something that you can just go and find on literally every shelf. It has secondary value. Well, that guy told me it was worth $1,000. So I'm talking to these other people. No one knows what the secondary value is because it just came out. So I can either have a $150 bottle of bourbon that's $150 an ass, or I could have $1,000 bourbon. I have no idea. If you look it up, you can't find anything on it.
Nowhere. I mean, I
mean,
googled everything, and I would see pictures of it, but it would just be followed by a sold out sign with no price. And then there's one website that had a price in terms of like Google dollar signs, and it was 4 out of 5. So it's gotta be something
expensive. Yeah, I hope that's Hardin's Creek Jacob's Well. I don't know if I said the full name.
184 months.
184 months. Worst case scenario, I'll crack it. Apparently, it's really good. It's been rating really highly, which is good for the value. Which I'm not in it for the value. I don't really care. I just want to get the best bourbon I can at the cheapest price. And if that involves trading it, hypothetically, which I would never do, because that is potentially illegal, I'd never do that. But if that's how people have to go about getting it, then I respect that.
If you ever see
not everybody
under,
just got $1,000
under a shady bridge, you could probably just assume he's trading bourbon.
Yeah, just keep walking.
Keep on walking.
Unless you got some blands you want to sell me. Oh, in the tour today, people were getting heated about blands. So I'm like, I live in Ohio and I can't find blands. And me and Hunter look at each other and try not to laugh so hard. Because if you know this, if you're in Ohio, you actually get a chance to find good bottles sometimes.
Oh yeah. So I mean, it feels like all the time to me. I feel like any time we've gone, it's been good.
Jacob's a good luck charm to have with me. Ohio's a good place to find bourbon. You come into Kentucky and you're not finding shit.
You ain't finding but a drop on the flow.
I'm almost a king of the north.
We did though. When Austin came over, I don't really drink bourbon. I'm not a huge bourbon fan.
Yet.
He brought.
You gotta keep forcing it down.
Brought 3. Yeah, it is really forcing it down. It's tough. He brought.
Hey, but you did good.
Yeah, I think the second time was a lot better than the first time. So, anyways.
All right, I'll let you tell your story. I interrupt you again.
He brought 3 bottles with him when he came over on Sunday. It was Blanton's. That poor lady that can't find any. I hope she listens to this. You suck! He brought Blanton's, Eagle Rare, and don't tell me, Red Label, the Weller. And him and Hunter, and I'm sure Max as well, have done blind flight tests for each other, just to see if you can identify which one is which.
Also, so you know which one you actually like without associating it with a label. Just strictly what the juice in the bottle is. There's no label to tell you, I like Bland's. Shit on me. I know. Everybody fucking gets all excited. He likes Bland's! Get him! I don't care. It tastes fucking delicious. It wins blinds for me. I don't give a fuck. It's delicious. People are just mad they can't get it.
That's true. It's hard to come by. It is a really cool, one of the things I do like most about the bourbon when we go is just seeing the bottles. There's some really cool bottles.
Also, the history. I'll let you tell your story. Go ahead.
He's a historian. So he brings those, and we decide to do each other with a blind flight test. So I go in the other room. He pours 3 cups, a little bit of each one, see if I can identify them. Which I went 3 for 3. Let's go.
3 for 3.
And I basically went 4 for 4 because when he brought me another one from the kitchen, surprisingly, I was able to get that one too.
That's true. That is true. You liked Eagle Rare the most, right?
I think it went down. I mean,
you didn't like any of them.
Yeah.
You didn't like any of them. At least not at this point. You don't like any.
Eagle Rare just went down easy. I feel like.
Yeah. Eagle Rare is good, man. But as soon as you crack the bottle and try it, it is so ass. It is so ass as soon as you open it.
I think I like the way, was it the Weller that smelled the best, I think?
Yeah.
That smelled really good.
Weller smells so good.
They all smelled different, but they all tasted the same for me.
Fair enough.
I don't have the taste buds in me yet for it, I guess. But and then, you know, I did it for Austin, and we would pour it and then put the bottles behind each cup, just mixed up, so, you know. But actually when I did mine, I left the same cup in front of the right bottle. So I left them in order for you. And he mixed it up. He mixed up Bland's,
I do it every time.
Bland's and Eagle Rare, right?
I mix them up. I say, nope, this is Eagle Rare.
And he'll even tell you, like, you know, he'll tell you the right answer, and he's like, well, maybe it's this one. And then he'll switch it.
I'll be like, I like this one the best, and I think it's Eagle Rare. So maybe I don't like Bland's. And you're like, nope, that's Bland's. I'm like, fuck.
So his taste buds are telling him the right thing, but he still refuses to believe them.
I just don't believe it.
Dang, dude. It's fun, though. Like,
I've done that 3 times. It wins every time, but I confuse it with Eagle Rare. I guess I'm just fucking stone cold retarded.
I like to taste them. It's good. Well, it's not really that good, but it's fun to taste them and try and figure out what they are. That was pretty fun. We'll have to get a big, maybe like 5 of them next time at some point, and like just see how close we can get. I don't know if I can get 5 for 5, but
obviously the more bottles you add, gets significantly harder.
Yeah, because they all do kind of smell similar, so it is hard to figure out on that. But
like alcohol.
I think the Weller did smell distinct. That one smelled really good. So we'll have to do that again. That's a fun time. If you don't like bourbon or you've never had it, good luck. It goes down to well, the first time we did it, you know, he's like, Jacob, come do a shot. So I'll go in there. He'll pour me a little bit, and then we'll go play Mario Party, and he's like, I think it's time for another shot. And I get back in there, and he pours me way more than what I had the first time. It's like
He was just drunk. He was being soft.
Yeah, I mean, it's just hard to put down, I think, because I almost gagged. I almost gagged it up one time.
That was the Ohio Liquor State pick. What was that? Marshmallow Crispy Treat.
Oh yeah,
which is like
the Maker's
Mark. It's like 112 proof, so it's pretty strong.
Yeah, it was, and it, you know, if I don't put it in and just swallow it instantly, then there's a good chance I'll gag if I hold it in my mouth and then try to swallow it, because then I'm like fighting against myself to not swallow it. But
you definitely liked it better the second time. Just in general, you're like, it's still awful, but not as awful.
Yeah, it wasn't as bad at all.
So maybe next time it'll just be awful.
We'll have a recreation of the very first time I got drunk with you.
Vodka in a water bottle in my room.
Yeah, in a mini fridge.
This
looks like water sitting in there. It smelled just like Fruit Loops. And, I mean, it was deadly. It was tough.
Yeah,
it was like
you were sloshed.
It was my first time getting like hammered. Like I was messed up.
You were hammered. Jacob was I was trying to calm him down and get him to drink water for hours. And I had my first training for Kroger Pharmacy Tech the next morning. So I had to drive like an hour to get there. And Jacob is drunk out of his mind. I've still never seen him this drunk. And he was wanting to dance so bad. He just kept, I was like, just drink some water. And he's dancing. I'm like, you need to lay down. Like, you are losing your mind. And he's like, get the fuck off of me. I'll beat your ass, and you know I will. Just because I tell him he needs to stop dancing and just take a deep breath and lay down. So I'm like, all right, fuck you then. So I walk away, and he's like, I gotta use the bathroom. And I'm like, oh fuck. My dad's upstairs asleep, got awake in the morning.
Literally like a couple hours from where we're at, he has to get up.
It's like 3 in the morning at this point. And I have to be up at 5 to drive to be there at 6. And I haven't slept. Jacob doesn't work tomorrow. So I'm fucking carrying him up the steps essentially. He's just holding on to my shoulders. I'm like, come on, step. And his eyes are closed. And he's being loud as fuck. Just laughing and laughing and laughing. I'm like, you gotta be quiet. My dad's sleeping. And then here it is. Wake will you shut the fuck up? I'm like, no, shut up. I'm telling him to shut up. He thinks it's funny. I'm getting reamed, and he's just laughing in my ear. I get him to the bathroom, like, you gonna be able to do this? Close the door. He's in there for a while. He's in there for a while. Oh, yeah, you were in there for a minute.
Dang. I hope I didn't piss all over the seat.
You probably did, nasty ass. You were gone. You were having me take pictures. We were watching a fucking YouTube video of Mario Party, and he wanted me to take pictures of the like Donkey Kong would come on the screen. He's like, you gotta get me with Donkey Kong.
It was Nova on the screen. I got a picture of me with him and his camera.
Oh shit! You're right. That was the Monty Mole.
Yeah.
You got pictures with every single fucking character in the game that night. Dude, I'll tell you that.
That was if you've never been drunk before. I mean, when you're like drunk, you blink and like 5 hours go by. Because I swear, dude, when we started drinking, it was like 8 or 9 or something, and then when I had to use the bathroom, it was like fucking 3 in the morning. I was like, what the hell?
I was like hungover and no sleep, going to fucking learn how to be a pharmacy tech the next morning.
I was messed up. I woke up. Austin has 2 cats. I woke up the next morning super hungover, of course, like messed up. I felt so sick, and one of his cats is in the doorway to his bedroom, right at the bottom of the stairs, and she throws up. She throws up on the ground. I'm like, damn, what the hell's going on? And then the other cat comes up and starts eating it. And I'm like super hungover, like, what the hell's happening?
I thought he was in another dimension.
Yeah, it was rough. And then when you did get off your Kroger thing, we went to Guthrie's afterwards. And I was fucked up. I was wearing sunglasses. It was
Is that when I spit all over the table?
Yeah, I think it was.
Jacob does this thing where he like will see me take a drink of something, or like if we're laughing, you know, he'll say a joke and I gotta take a drink. Then he tries to make me laugh even more, so I spit my drink fucking everywhere. And he accomplished his task at Guthrie's. I spit my sweet tea all over my box, all over my fucking pants, all over the table, and he's just laughing at me. Fuck you for that.
Nothing beats that. That's just so funny.
He goes, what? And then he starts fucking saying random shit to try to make me laugh.
I remember when we were playing Call of Duty online, and I took a drink of my Pepsi, and you would always make me laugh on the headset. And like, I got this mouthful of Pepsi, I'm trying not to laugh, he's cracking me up. Thankfully, I had a wireless headset. I run in my sister's room across the hall and just spit it all over her floor so I don't get it on mine. That was a good time. Man,
you are savage for that. I forgot about that.
Getting drunk is crazy, dude. Like, I was like, shit, this is insane. And I mean, when you're drinking vodka that smells like Fruit Loops and looks like water, I mean, you just put it down. I think it was like 2 bottles that we went through.
2 water bottles. Well, because we either had just turned 19 or we were still 18. Don't listen, Chris. Don't listen. Don't get mad at me.
Yeah, it's also swallowed, by the way.
Fuck you. And I was like, well, I don't want to get in trouble because I'm a goody two-shoes. I don't break the rules. And so I was like, all right, we're getting drunk tonight. So I went upstairs while my parents were doing whatever and poured them into water bottles because I thought it would be easier to get them downstairs. In hindsight, why didn't I just fucking bring the whole fucking bottle downstairs? I have no idea.
Maybe your parents were going to want some that night and you were just playing it safe.
They don't drink.
Why the hell did you have why was the bottle there?
Dude, that vodka had been up there for like maybe 5 or 6 years.
Oh, for real?
Yes, they don't drink ever. So the fact that I'm a fucking bourbonaholic is like weird.
So you're telling me that we could have been drinking that bottle in like middle school?
Yeah.
Wow,
I was saving our brains from alcoholism.
What a good friend.
Yeah, I look out for the squad.
That was a good
Instead, I get you trashed on one night and make you try to beat my ass because you just want to dance.
That wasn't the same night as me sleeping and telling you that you're going to be dancing, right?
No.
Okay.
No, that was the night that we watched The Conjuring. Yeah. I do not like scary movies, or at least I didn't. I think I'm kind of over that now, but I hated scary movies because they freaked me the fuck out. And Jacob's like, let's watch The Conjuring. He's over at my house. I was like, bro, don't make me watch The Conjuring. Yeah, we'll watch it. I'll be up. It'll be all right. It'll be fun. I was like, all right. We turn it on. 10 minutes in, he's asleep. I look over. He's gone. I was like, Jacob, He's gone. So I stay up and watch the entire fucking movie. And it's over, and I'm trying to go to sleep. And Jacob's like talking in his sleep. To this day, I still think he was awake and fucking with me. And he's talking and talking, getting louder, and he's like, dancing! You're gonna be dancing. And I was like, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I got up and went and slept in my mom's fucking bed. I was so terrified of what he said. I was like, what does that mean? What does that mean? You're gonna kill me?
It's the least,
you're gonna kill me while I'm dancing?
Least threatening thing in the world. I'm telling you, you're gonna be dancing.
I was gone. I was like, abso-fucking-lutely not. I closed the door. I left. I was like, the demons get him. That's his fault. He shouldn't have fell asleep.
That's true. I woke up the next morning. He was gone, and I'm like, where the hell's Austin? I thought he was up early, like, you know, just fucking around getting breakfast or something. But no, he went and slept in a different room. I didn't know dancing was that scary.
Dude, I was terrified.
That was funny.
And my back porch light was going out on me.
It's flickering. You're freaking out. No, they're coming for me.
My house is haunted.
That was a good movie, though, right? You liked it?
It was a good movie. I haven't seen a better scary movie since.
Yeah.
There just really isn't one.
That's true. That was a good one. I like that one a lot. I wish I didn't fall asleep during it. But
you're probably glad you did. Terrify me.
Yeah, if I wouldn't have, then we wouldn't have gotten the dancing out of it. So, yeah, I am happy I did.
Good story. He's glad.
Or maybe you just made it up, and you know, I don't know because I was sleeping.
Bitch, I saw you saying it with my eyes.
You might have been dreaming.
Dreaming? I wasn't drunk off the fucking fruity vodka. I was terrified.
That was fun. I enjoyed that. But our flight's almost over. The last topic that we had in store was retro gaming. Like, if you think back to the very first, and I think this is true, if you could think back to the very first game system that you owned and played on, no matter what it is, you'll feel like just the biggest sense of nostalgia. But you don't super feel it until you have it in your hands or something. So I grew up on a PlayStation 2, which was awesome. So the other day I'm like, oh, I'm going to go get a PlayStation 2. So I go to this retro video game store, and it's this guy at the counter. My God, this dude at the counter. He's got, he's standing at the counter, and there's a counter behind him, like his own little workspace or whatever. And he's got a bowl of ramen noodles sitting on it. And I walk up, and I'm like, hey, do you have PlayStation 2s? And he's like, yeah, we got the fat ones, and then we got the slim ones. And, he turns around to try and eat, like, his food or something when I'm in the middle of talking to him. And I'm like, okay, well, I'll take the slim one then. And he's like, oh, I'm never going to get to eat. Like, he's like, dude, this is your job. Why are you eating out here anyways out in front of everybody? Like, people are going to walk up and ask for help.
That's super not what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, what the hell? I feel kind of pissed because he's getting upset.
Tell him the important fact about how many other meals he's missed, because he misses so many.
Oh, he was a big boy. I mean, he was big.
How would you say, like, at least 400 pounds?
Yeah, I'd probably say like 440 or something. He was...
Oh, shit! This boy ain't missed a meal in years!
He was pretty large, and for him to get upset with me, because it's his job to, help me out when I'm asking for it.
I feel like you're even asking for anything complicated. You're just asking to buy a product that he sells.
Yeah, it's right there on the shelf.
And he knows he has it. He knows he has it. He just told you.
Yeah, so he's like, he puts the system on the counter, and then he's like, oh, now I got to do the hard part and go find all the wires that go with it. And I'm thinking to myself, like, if you run a business, why would you not have it organized per system? You know what I mean? Like, have all the parts ready for when people want to buy this shit.
Essentially, like, it's in a box. You should have it in a bag with all the parts it needs.
Right. So, I get my stuff. I'm like, cool, whatever. I'm happy that I got it. And it was insane to, like, have it in my hands because I haven't held a PS2 since I was little. So, there's another store in that same mall that sells retro games and stuff. And dude, like, I walk in this place, and I think I told you, like, weeks and weeks ago when I went there just looking for fun, there was this guy sitting at a table watching Minecraft videos, and literally all around his desk and on the floor is like open bags of chips, pop, like the most disgusting looking
food
table.
Containers and stuff.
Yeah, it's like, and I'm like, does this guy work here? Is he just a customer that comes here often and fucking brought his whole house with him with food and stuff? And it was just disgusting. It was nasty. But, I left, and then, when I went to buy the PS2, I went back there for the games, and that shit was still there. And I'm like, this is disgusting.
Ugh.
I should get in touch with the health department and be like, you guys need to check this out because this is disgusting.
That is gross. That's you like ants? That's how you get ants.
Well, the store it's the same store but split into two different like mall rooms. But I think the same guy owns it, and the guy on the cleaner side, the owner, I think he is he's pretty cool. He's all right. So I'm thinking like, does this guy know this is going on, or he's just cool with it, or what? It was nasty. So, get over that. I get the games that I'm looking for at the time, or that I could find. And it's, what did I get? I got Ty the Tasmanian Tiger. Ended up not working. That's super sad. Got the Robots game. And then I got... what was the third game that I got?
You got the Robots game? iRobots?
No, Robots, like the animated movie Robots.
Oh.
Yeah, super fun.
Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about now.
Oh, and then I got TAC. It was supposed to be the first TAC game, but it turned out they gave me the second one. So out of the 3 games I got, one was wrong, one was broken, but the other one worked.
But wasn't it wrong though? Like the wrong game or something?
The TAC one was wrong, yeah. It was the second one and not the first one. But while I was there, I was like, do you have any Dragon Ball Z games? And she's like, oh, we might, let's go look. And she's got this big case of just the CDs. And she pulls out the Dragon Ball game. And I'm like, oh, cool. Is it alright if I look through all of this and maybe find something else that I want? She's like, yeah, that's fine. I'll be right here. I'm thinking, like, why the hell you gotta stand over me? I feel rushed now. It's not like I'm gonna grab them and just run out the store. But
oh, she stood there the entire time?
Yeah, right next to me while I was trying to look through these damn things. And,
that's so weird.
I didn't find anything else I wanted, so I was like, okay, I'll just, take what you found and what I got. Check out, get the memory card, and leave, get home. I'm like, she didn't give me...
8 megabytes.
Yeah, the 8 megabyte memory card. Get home, she didn't give me the damn Dragon Ball game. Like, what the fuck? I was pissed.
Wait, what'd she give you? Just
Just
memories?
the 3 that I had picked out. The Robots, TAC, and another one. She didn't put the other one in the bag, which she didn't charge me for it either. But I'm like, what the hell happened in the time where I said I wanted it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I asked for that game. But, it's whatever. But then I was talking to you about, the 8 megabyte memory card and how insane that is compared to today's, what we're used to now. I have an external hard drive sitting on my computer that's 4 terabytes. And for people that aren't familiar with, computer language, 1,000 megabytes makes up a gigabyte, and 1,000 gigabytes makes up a terabyte. So I've got 4,000 gigabytes sitting on my computer. But a memory card for PS2 is just 8 megabytes, not even a gigabyte, not even close.
Not even close.
And then
my phone's 256 gigs.
Yeah, like literally the smallest thing in your hand is extremely bigger than what they put in those things. And that was just crazy. And like getting home and plugging it in was like taking me back 15 years of my life. Like, holy shit, like this is amazing. It was insane, the feeling of it all. And I went hunting for games today too and got a Dragon Ball game that I really liked. But then when I was playing the game, you save your game as you play, and I'm thinking like, dude, 8 megabytes, like that's so small. But then I see on the screen that it's saving the games in kilobytes, which is even smaller than a megabyte.
That's fucking insane.
Yeah, and then I was like, dude, like this is kind of crazy. So I also realized the reason why it doesn't fill up so quickly, even though it's only 8 megabytes, is you can only have 1 save per game. Which, back then I didn't think about. Today you can go on Borderlands and have 10 different saves and load into whichever one you want.
Right.
But it constantly is overwriting the 1 save that you have.
So you get 1 save per game per hard drive.
Yeah.
Or is it 1... So I can play like Dragon Ball and then get a save on there and then put in like fucking something else like
yeah.
And then put a save on there on the same hard drive?
Yeah.
But that's it?
Yep. So one game...
we were living rough back in the day. I don't even remember that.
Yeah, and it wouldn't bother you either because it's just, it's like, holy shit, this is amazing technology. And now today, like, you take for granted what you got, like, all this memory and shit. But, yeah, you can only have 1 save per game per hard drive. So, I mean, I could just fucking get a second hard drive and put another, start saving on another one, but it's not like it carries over or anything. It'd just be the whole thing over again. But
you know how much they charged you for an 8 megabyte hard drive in 2022?
$4.
Oh shit, that's nothing. Fuck,
No.
buy 10 of them.
Well, I'm curious actually how much those would have cost when PS2s were being sold.
I can't believe they were $300 when they came out. That was such a surprise to me. I don't know why, but that's a lot of money, I feel like.
Let's see if I can find out. I don't think I'll be able to find it, but we did talk about back then the original PS2 cost $300, $299. I got mine for $100, so it is one of the greatest console of all time. So that was a good deal, I think. Got a lot of good games. There's actually, I meant to tell you, when I was at this retro game store today, the Dragon Ball game I wanted was in this glass case, but then there's another PS2 game in there. I can't remember what the hell it was called. Never heard of it. Guess how much it cost?
$45.
$659.
Bro, did you Google it?
No, not on the spot. It started with a K though.
That's all you have? That's all the you didn't take a picture of it? You didn't do nothing?
No. I'm about to
Oh,
find
you
what it's
hate
called,
collecting.
though.
You hate collecting.
Why do I want to collect? I've never even heard of it. It was like...
I mean, you can't go on eBay and find it for 45 and then buy it and then go sell it to this guy again.
Oh, here it is. It's called Kuon. Kuon.
Kuon. I've never heard of that.
Let's see what they're selling for on eBay. $875 this one's listed for.
There must have just not been that many made.
That's what I was thinking, because I've never heard of this in my life. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe it looks like it'd be a horror game or something.
Ugh.
But
disgusting. You'll be dancing.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. See, I was like, God damn, like what the hell?
A dancing horror game.
Dang, but yeah, I mean, how do you think? I really believe that, if you grew up playing games, it pretty much shaped who you are. You know what I mean? Like, where do you think you'd be today if you weren't playing video games back then?
A fucking hoodlum.
That's exactly what I was.
Hoodlum.
That's what I was thinking.
I'd 100% be a hoodlum. I mean, the area we grew up in, combined with like my parents working all the time,
right,
and them trusting me wholeheartedly because I just never got in trouble. Like, I would have been able to start. I mean, I probably would have been fucking Pablo Escobar, for being honest, and maybe it held me back.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, instead of being out and just, not that our parents would even let us in the first place go and act wild, but if I didn't have games, if I didn't have games, I would have been out doing something not good eventually.
Oh, 100%. It'd probably been us out doing really bad things together.
So having a game system at home, you're locked in your home, locked into whatever the hell you're playing, having a good time. And I really think a lot of, kind of like, anime for me, games teach you valuable lessons and morals depending on the kind of game you're playing. You know what I mean?
Very true.
If you're playing GTA, then you're not really learning anything good. But like Kingdom Hearts and the animes where it's like, oh, power and friendship and stuff like that. And they're really trying to do the right thing.
Even if it's sometimes corny.
Yeah. It
really is like a good lesson to like have your friends, stick close to them, support them, respect them.
And that's literally the plot basically of Kingdom Hearts. Like, it's all about the friends that they made in the journey and stuff. And it's super emotional.
Right in the game.
That game made me want to cry. I got the whole collection on PC. So good. Highly recommend.
Do you have any Kingdom Hearts for PS2?
I didn't buy any PS2 Kingdom Hearts just because I have literally every single Kingdom Hearts game on my PC. So I didn't. But I definitely would if I didn't have it on my PC. That would have been probably the first game that I bought. Specifically the second Kingdom Hearts, because it's my favorite one. But
are you gonna try to get a GameCube now?
Yeah, we should have one coming here sometime soon. Which I need to start buying GameCube games when it does get here. So
I bet, I don't know, I could be wrong, way more than me, but in my head it seems that GameCube games would be harder to find. I understand it came out like later, but I think more people enjoyed the GameCube as a whole.
Universally, yeah, probably.
Like, people loved GameCube. I remember playing, what was it, like Midnight Club or something on that all the time. I think that's what it was called. All the time.
Yeah, I think the games are hard to find. When I was at that, actually, the stores you and I went to, the first one we went to, I don't think I saw a single GameCube game. Like, they had a section for GameCube, but I don't think there was anything in it.
I don't think I saw any of them either, because I was kind of looking, because I thought you might have been planning on getting one, so I would have looked at stuff that I know you'd like.
But
I didn't
at
see
the
it.
one I was at today, they did have some. I didn't really look into it much, but they did have some. And if I got a GameCube, obviously I'm getting Super Mario Sunshine. That game's so fun. Pikmin, Star Fox. Like, you know, there are some good GameCube games. But I didn't have a GameCube console growing up, so I really
Me neither.
don't know what the good games are. I don't think. Obviously, other than the
I,
popular ones like Mario and Zelda. Um,
yeah. Was there Smash Bros on GameCube?
yeah. Um,
I
yeah.
thought
I
there
can't
was.
remember which. I know they had Smash Bros. 64, and then Melee. I think Melee was on the GameCube. I'm pretty sure. And then they had Super Smash Bros. Brawl on the Wii.
I mean, since you're buying a retro console, I might have to buy one. I kind of want an N64, man. I remember playing that all the time. I'd go to Mark's house and play N64 and then come home and we had a original Xbox.
Hmm.
And I loved playing Pokemon Stadium on the
Oh
N64.
yeah, I think that
I
might.
wish they'd bring it back. Why would why?
Did that get
Why
put
is
on
it not?
GameCube?
Could
I
have.
don't know if
I
it
don't know.
did. That was
I
good
was a
though.
little guy.
Dang, I forgot about that.
And then I got a PS2 whatever Christmas it came out. And then PS3 whatever Christmas it came out. Oh god, I'm gonna seem like a fucking snob. And then I got a PS4
He's a
whenever
spoiled brat.
and then I got the PS5 when it fucking the day it came out.
I need to there. So I did see a game at the store I was at today for PS2. One of my favorite Mortal Kombat's. It's a co-op
Oh,
Mortal
here we
Kombat.
go. Here it is.
Shaolin Monks.
Oh yep,
Dude,
there it is.
I
Get it, we'll play it.
yeah,
I'll come over.
that's what I was gonna say. I need to buy it so that when you come over, we can play it. Cause you play as Liu Kang and Kung Lao, and you
That
literally
would be so fun.
you
When
go
they
around and just fuck people up.
what was the newest one? Is it Mortal Kombat 12 or 13? Whatever one, the
11.
newest one. The time traveling one, you know what I'm talking about?
Was that 11? I think 11's the newest one.
Could be 11. I have no idea. That sounds right. But where they had that, the Kung Lao and Liu Kang,
Mm-hmm.
or you go in through the Shaolin Monk Temple and fight,
Dude.
and you fight that one, the big guy with the metal hand.
I think I have the metal hand.
Oh, he's a black guy, had blue eyes.
You're not
He
Jax?
was like the Sandman.
Oh, yeah. It's like Krona or something like that.
Yeah. Yep.
That guy was
100%.
OP. Watching him online, like people use him, that dude
Yeah.
was OP.
He had so many grabs, it looked awful. You're good as hell at fighting games too.
They're fun. I love
Shout out to
fighting
Chris.
games. Yeah, he
He had to
my
beat you
ass.
down for
Yeah.
years. He had to beat you down for years.
That was tough. Like growing up and watching him and my brother play, I'm like, God damn. Like nobody could beat my dad. I'm like, this is impossible. And then
You
now
should start training. You should start training right now, and then we can update the people about how good you've gotten over the years. You'd probably still beat your ass now on Street Fighter.
Yeah, I don't think I could beat him in Street Fighter. I'm not really a big Street Fighter fan though.
Me neither.
Not really appealing. I do need to get Devil May Cry as well on the PS2. I remember
I never
watching
played
my
it on
uncle
PS2.
play it. I'm like, damn, that's pretty cool. It's like all bloody and stuff. But
Fakest blood in the world just looks like ketchup getting sprayed everywhere because it's PS2.
there's some good stuff on there. But Shaolin Monks would be super fun for us to play. We need to do that. Have you ever played it?
No,
Oh,
I'm
dude.
very aware of what it is because I've been friends with you forever, and it's one of your favorite games ever.
Dude, it's good. That's gonna be super fun for us to do. Cause like you even get like boss fights in it too. Like Reptile is one of the bosses that I specifically remember. I don't even know if I ever ended up beating it because I only played it when I went to my uncle's house. So
I hate the lack of co-op games that there are in the world today. Like,
yeah,
online gaming is massive. We want an online co-op like campaign game. That's what we want. Everybody wants that. They will not give us one for anything. I can't even name the last one that came out that was good.
dude. Yeah, there hasn't been a game that you and I have played through together. And like, shit, have we ever?
I don't know if there's ever been one.
Hmm.
Borderlands 2 doesn't really count. Well,
Yeah, I would count that.
yeah, that does count. Well, it goes up to 4, but still, it's a co-op campaign game. Halo, we played through the Halo when it went on PC
Yeah.
a little bit. We should probably go back and play that.
Yeah, we
but
should.
now we're about to get, what's that game? Superstars?
Multiverses.
That's it. Multiverses.
Yeah, you get to play as fucking Finn and Jake from Adventure Time, Batman, Superman, like Tom and Jerry.
Tom and
And
Jerry.
the
That's
good thing
exactly
about
what I wanna
that, which is why I'm already gonna, I might get flamed for this. I'm already gonna say it's better than Smash Bros. And I could be totally wrong. This might be a feature in there, but you can play online together as a team. I don't know if you can do that in Smash Bros.
Well, the issue, even if it is, we both watch Nova, and he loves Nintendo games. They have so many online issues
Oh
while
yeah,
playing these fucking games that it's like impossible to watch. It more so just turns into laughing at Nintendo's online system.
yeah. I think Nova bought some fucking adapter to try and help it because it was so bad. But
Terrible.
multiverses will be fun though. If you get to do it together, we'll both probably suck ass to start off. But
Isn't LeBron James in it, or is
yeah,
that a
yeah,
meme?
he is in it. They
Oh,
even have Arya Stark from Game of Thrones.
no, they don't.
Yeah,
Dude, bring me fucking nearly headless Ned.
give me the Hound.
The Hound.
Yeah, they have.
Oh, Rick and Morty's coming. That
Oh,
would be
are
cool.
they? I didn't know
Yeah.
that. I mean, I don't understand the.
If they do Walter White and Jesse Pinkman, it would be one of the greatest.
I do see like people
crossovers
campaigning
ever.
for Walter to be in it.
Like, I understand it's like a joke, but it's a fucking video game where cartoons fight. It doesn't have to be realistic.
Well, they did cater to the memes of Ultra Instinct Shaggy, like from Dragon Ball, pretty much Ultra Instinct, where he's like super OP and stuff. So in multiverses, you can like power up Shaggy, like a Super Saiyan version of him.
Oh, they made it like meme worthy.
Yeah.
Like it went off the meme.
Yeah.
That's what you want in a company. You
Yeah.
want the company to give the people what they want. That's what you want. I don't understand why you wouldn't.
Even just for the laughs of it, because I mean that's what attracts the people. So if Ed Boon put Shaggy in Mortal Kombat, like everybody was joking and asking for, you know how many sales he would get just probably based on that?
He probably would have re-downloaded the game.
Yeah, probably, because I mean I can't imagine Shaggy in a fucking Mortal Kombat game, blood everywhere, getting ripped in half and stuff.
Me getting fucking mad trying to put together a 5-string combo
God
for
damn
5
it.
hours just to beat you.
I miss
Only
Mortal Kombat.
successful one is Bo Jitsu. You remember when I fucking finally figured that guy out?
yes.
Yeah,
That
dude,
was
I
Mortal
finally
Kombat
figured out.
10, I think, with him.
Yeah.
I hated that.
I was actually good with him. Like, I actually went online and won often. But then I got any other character because me and Jake will like just randomize.
Yeah, hide the
and fight,
cursor
and
the
I
random.
lose. I lose 9 out of 10 times. If I win, I get to go crazy.
I was able to put together a really good combo with Scorpion, but we only play it for so long
A really
and we
good
never do
combo
it
for
again.
fucking everyone.
So every time I quit playing it though, I always want to come back and play it, but then I know it's gonna be like the Fallout effect, where you download it and then you play it for a minute, and you're like,
That wasn't as good as I thought.
yeah. I would love, if they made Fallout or something like that multiplayer,
Uh-oh.
it'd be perfect. We're about to crash into these houses.
We're about to crash on these houses. Call 911.
Oh,
It's Homelander.
it's like, I mean, I saw the airstrip.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh my god! Oh, we missed them all!
Dang, I was kind of
we
want
care
to see
about
what
the
happened
people.
if we hit it. I want to see it. But
We saved the people.
we did. I wish.
That's right, folks. Jacob and Austin for the people.
Yeah, we moved the airplane away from all these houses that we. It was literally on track to hit any of them,
Yeah.
and we missed all of them. And there was a lot.
And no,
Too.
it's really no fault of our own. You have no idea how to fly that fucker.
That's a fact. All right, but that brings us to a conclusion on episode 5. This was a fun one. I say that about at the end of every damn episode.
Of course we like them. It's just us talking.
Yeah. Well, you see that car like flying, driving by?
Yeah.
Oh man. But all right, everybody. Thanks again for joining us. Don't forget the 4-episode break. So once we hit episode 8, we'll have another break again for just a week, and then we'll be back. So thanks again for joining.
Bye.